Hello friends, this is Chandrakant from Akulmek Technologies. Welcome to Top Brass. And let me also welcome my friend from UK, Mr. Neil Gund.
Good morning, CK. Good morning, everybody. Start of a new week. So let's look at what's happening in the world today. And soft skills. What a surprise. Soft skills come to the forefront once again, which is a subject you were talking about on Friday on a Spotlight. It's a subject we talk about very frequently when it comes to leadership. And now Microsoft have entered the fray. So what's it going to mean for India? What does his message mean for India?
Well, this is very interesting, Neville, because Brad Smith, who's the president of Microsoft, is really talking about, the soft skills as we knew earlier, now, like 20 years, for last 100 years, which is presentation skills, how to talk, how to do this, how to write an email, are also not very relevant in the new world. What is more relevant is, can you take a conversation in a video format? So these are totally new form of skills which are required, and this is what Brad Smith is talking about in his conversation. And interestingly, you pointed out correctly in our CEO roundtable on Friday last week, we actually talked about these skills which are lacking, and universities are not showing too much interest in starting these as a curriculum. So I think, to answer your question in a true sense, I think India as a country must take a leap, must take a lead, and I think it's high time the Education Institute must realize that these soft skills are absolutely important for any student who's coming out from their institute or universities.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, the interesting thing is, if we were to talk, if we had a university spokesperson on this discussion this morning, they would say, you're absolutely right. We really do focus on these soft skills. The problem is they don't. Because if they did, we wouldn't have to keep saying it. Microsoft wouldn't have to say it. Apple wouldn't have to say it. IBM wouldn't have to say it. The rest of the global CEOs wouldn't have to say it. So this is where we were 5 years ago, we were talking about basic communication skills, how to talk with each other, how to work in a team, etc., etc., etc. Now it's digital. That's a whole different skill set than just simple communication. We're now talking about communication over the airwaves. And a lot of people will say, it's the same thing. Well, wake up world, it is not the same thing. Because this is a more difficult arena than sitting together, having a cup of coffee in nice armchairs in a very pleasant surrounding. I'm in my study, you're in your study, and we're 7,000 miles apart. People will say, but what's the difference? The difference is it's this digital arena, and there is a different skill set. You know it and I know it, of how to communicate over this interesting medium. And the point is, we've all got to do it because we're being forced. So this is not a nice to have anymore. Communication isn't a nice to have skill. Being part of a team and knowing what teamwork really is isn't a nice to have skill. It's a must have, imperative, number one business imperative across the top. So that's why I'm quite excited by all of these large organizations now leaping into this arena. It's not news, and that's what we should be saying. This is not new news. This is pretty old news in a slightly different context. We're forced to work digitally. Even in a startup, we're forced to work digitally. So we need to do it. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely, Neville. And I know for sure for last 18, 20 years, you have been telling the world and you have different initiatives running from your company to help youngsters across the world. And we have been saying the same thing for last 5 or 6 years. In fact, we have started SOTI Awards, Top Brass SOTI Awards, which is basically encouraging Indians to use this platform, learn how to use it better, Make sure that your technical skills are also enhanced, your speaking skills are also enhanced, your video skills are also enhanced. So it's a platform which we have started in partnership with your company to make sure that Indians realize that it's high time. And as you said, it's not old news. Actually we are something embarking on a totally different journey. It's a different path. The skills which are required are must have, and from that point, these are new skills which people have to acquire to stay relevant in the new world.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And relevant in the new world is probably the phrase we should be. So, everyone out there, we need to wake up. If you didn't think that these transferable skills are important, now the big organizations around the world are saying these are really important transferable skills. Of course, we want a degree. We want you to be the best you can be, not just technically now in your chosen subject, but also in your interpersonal skills. SOTI is a classic example. So come on board if you're a young person, aged between 20 and 30, come on board and practice. Come and have some fun with what we're doing, because learning should be fun. And I think that's the message we should be doing this week. Start this week off with the best intentions. Go and have some fun, find out about what's happening in your arena, and come and listen to what we're saying, because we're trying to help you achieve. That's our purpose. Hopefully you like the purpose.
Absolutely. In fact, going back to this article which I read today morning, uh, uh, where the Microsoft is talking about investing 25 million in these new skills. So imagine, everybody is looking at an opportunity to make money, because obviously these skills are required, and we are offering a platform where you compete and come out victorious, and we will actually pay you prize money to having gone through this whole exercise of becoming at the top, being on the top, getting recognized by so many companies without understanding and without doing any course, without spending money with large institutes or large companies, because these are the skills which are required, and we will help you nurture those skills.
You know, you're absolutely right, CK. So our message for today is go and have a look online and look and see who's talking about soft skills. Brad Smith from the UK, Microsoft, talking about 25 million people they're going to reskill. Not new skills, they're going to reskill. So now's your opportunity to join the bandwagon, because if you don't join the bandwagon, I'm afraid what's going to happen is you're going to be in the unemployment queue. And that's the sad effect of life. Or you're going to get a job actually that you won't enjoy and you won't feel happy in. And now's the time to really reassess where you are, where you're going. So simple message today, Google it. Just Google it and see what happens. Google soft skills, Google SOTI, Google Microsoft, see what people are doing, and then come on board and have a chat with us and see where we're going. We're here to help. So I hope you have a great week. I know I'm going to have a very busy week this week with lots of webinars as usual. I hope you have a great week this week, Chandra, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Certainly, you have a nice day today, successful one, and we will catch up tomorrow on the same platform, that is Top Brass Nation. Bye-bye.